Hey guys, it's me, RST, and it's time for another build video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a hammer build that I made. This build is going to be, obviously, with it being a hammer, it's really raw only, with only a few type of skills you can choose from. This is going to be my part breaker build. So if I go up against a monster, especially if it's weak to blunt and I really want to break something, I had enough room in this to put in a max level part breaker. It's got a really good skill distribution on monsters where their head is easily accessible. I mean, it just absolutely destroys them. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Before we get into the actual build though, I wanted to tell you guys what I'm going to do is, when I make these builds, I try to kind of cater to what I think you guys would like to see and what I'm not really seeing enough of on YouTube. So before I made this build, I went and looked, and I didn't see hardly any hammer builds. And the few that I did seemed like they were kind of rushed out. They were pretty close to the release of the game, so maybe they just put up what they were using at the time. This, I think, with what we have now before the new update that's going to unlock our HR and give us Chameleos, this is what I think is almost going to be the best. I didn't look through every single absolute thing ever, but I think it's gonna be pretty high up there. But what I want you guys to do is comment below on this video what build you want me to make next. If it's a Bowgun, say like, you know, normal 2, rapid normal 2, something like that, anything's gonna go for this. And whatever is the most commented or most liked, anything along those lines, is gonna be a build that I put out in 2 days. I'm recording this on Monday. On Wednesday, whatever build has the most likes and comments is going to be what I put out. How I'm going to determine this is 24 hours from when this video goes live. I will look at the comments, whichever has the most likes on the weapon type, all of those things. Whichever one has the most, I will make you guys the best absolute build that I can and get it out as quick as possible. Now, with that being said, let's get into this build. Okay, everybody, this build should be a little bit quicker than usual. I've only got one variation because this is what I think is the absolute best, at least with this armor set. There may be a couple armor pieces that could have been better, but I got all the really skills that I wanted to get. Maybe I could have gotten a couple more utility, but we are going to take a look at this build. It's going to be, as always, I'm going to show you off all of the skills, kind of why I chose them, the weapon, all the armor, and then the switch skills. So let's take a look at that. So first of all, we have got, with this build, attack boost level 7, focus level 3, slugger level 3, part breaker level 3, speed sharpener level 3, critical eye level 2, stamina surge level 2, quick sheave level 2, windproof level 1, flinch free level 1, and diversion level 1. So let's take a look at the equipment that's going to give us all of this. In my opinion, and I think most people's opinion, the best hammer is the Gossarog hammer. It's got either the highest raw or tied for the highest raw. And it's got not terrible sharpness, you know, for it being a pretty high raw weapon. It's not bad. But another reason why I chose this is it has a level 2 slot and it has a negative 15 affinity. Now, normally that would be bad for obvious reasons, but for its rampage slot, it has brutal strike. And so what this can do is it'll make your, if you get a negative affinity hit, you will do insane damage. I've done a wake up hit on a monster with one of the Silkbind moves that did over 800, and I'm pretty sure it's because this had the negative affinity hit. It's like 865 or something insane like that. So this has potential to do some great damage. Now, getting into the armor, we've got the Anjanath helm, the Rathalos mail, the Anjanath vambraces, the Anjanath coil, and the Ingot Greaves S, and we'll look at the talisman here in just a minute. So this is going to give us a level of focus, a level of slugger, and then I gemmed in a part breaker. So obviously focus and slugger, that's going to make our charges quicker, and it's going to give us more KO. That's always going to be great. On the hammer, I did also slot in a part breaker. So that's how we're getting our max part breaker, is through the decos. For the mail, that's going to give us a level of attack boost, a level of windproof, and a level of part breaker. And then I gemmed in a level of speed sharpening. For the vambraces, it's going to give us 2 levels of slugger, 2 levels of attack boost, and a level of speed sharpening. This, I'm almost 100% sure, has to be the best arms for hammer, with having 2 levels of slugger and 2 levels of attack boost. Those are both insane. As somebody commented, I do not remember who it is at this exact moment, if you are not going for affinity or weakness exploit or anything like that, the Anjanath coil is slightly better than the Rathalos coil. It's the exact same in every way, except for it's got 2 more 1 slots. And so, I mean, if you can have that, why not? You know, they both come with 2 levels of attack boost, but the Rathalos only has a level 2 slot. This has a level 2 slot and 2 level 1 slots. So that's how we're getting all this. So it comes with attack boost level 2, And then I slotted in a level of focus, a level of speed sharpening, a level of flinch free. The flinch free is obviously for longsword and stuff like that. And then finally, we've got the ingot greaves. This just gives you 2 levels of attack boost and 2 levels of critical eye. I don't love that it gives you the critical eye because it's a little bit less likely that brutal strike is going to activate, but other than that, it's not too much of a big deal. 15% and 25% aren't a huge difference, but yeah. And then I also slotted in diversion so that if I'm hunting with my palico, my palamute, anything like that, or if I'm hunting with other people, the head will be facing me more often. Obviously with hammer, you want to be going for the head always, unless there's some kind of weird circumstance. So that's going to make it to where its head is coming towards me more often than not, so that's going to be awesome. As always, we're going to go with Demon Petalace. And then for the talisman, I don't really have too great of talismans. I've had pretty good luck with weakness exploit ones, but just regular ones. This gave me quick sheath level 2, stamina surge level 2, and a 3 slot. And so I was like, I looked through all of mine, I was like, this one is probably the best. Quick sheath and stamina surge aren't really needed for hammer, but why not? But the I needed one more level of focus, and so I got it through this deco. So that being said, now we're gonna go look at the switch skills. So all of these, it's pretty polarizing. Usually whenever I play a weapon, the past few weapons, one of the switch skills I will not care for really at all, and one of them I will love. All of these are kind of like, you could go either way for me. So first we've got this one, which is you can change either your side smash, which is this. That I don't know what in the world you would ever use that for. I mean, I guess maybe a really quick hit, but I never see anybody use it. This one, I don't really know how it works, honestly. I've been trying to hit it and I've yet to. It's, you do that, and then you can go into your big bang from there, obviously. But if they hit you, then it's like a guard point and you can immediately go into upswing. So that one, I've just got Water Strike on. I'm going to be trying to play around with that more, see if I can get it to proc. But so far, it doesn't seem to be the most useful switch skill ever. This next one is probably the one that I do like to change the most. It goes from the spinning bludgeon, which I'm sure everybody's seen. You do that, you can charge it up, you can charge before you do it. It's basically your slide attack from Iceborne, which is also in this game, which only Hammer got to keep, which is pretty cool. But it's basically that, but you can do it on command anywhere. It's obviously really good, but especially if you're fighting a small monster or a monster that moves around a lot, it's just pretty hard to hit. And it does not have any invincibility or super armor or anything like that, like this next move does. This is really cool. I like this one quite a bit. It's the same concept. It's you can charge up, but this one's horizontal. So you don't go up in the air, you stay on the ground. You can charge it up. If you actually hold the right trigger, then I'll stay right here before I go. But this is invincible the whole way through. And then I think towards the end, towards the swing, then it's kind of like super armor. You don't get flinched, but you do take damage, but it's very low damage, and that you can combo right out of it. So after you do it, then hit right trigger and you can start charging immediately from there. And so as you can see now, that's a good transition. My charges look a little bit different. That's from the third switch skill. This I'm pretty iffy on. I think the issue is that I keep fighting monsters who are hard to hit the head because I've been doing stuff to get other sets and not necessarily just monsters that I enjoy fighting. But as I'm sure most of you know, they changed how charging works in this game. There was power charging, or power mode, or whatever it's called in World, where you would hit A, and this would be a state where until you sheathe your weapon or got hit, you would be in just a slightly stronger mode. Now there's two completely different movesets. If you look in the top left where it's yellow, this is the regular hammer. Did not mean to do that. And so it's got your level 1 like this, your level 2 like this, and your level 3 like this if you stand still. So it's the classic hammer moveset, but if you hit A, then it gives you a completely different one. So this is going to be your level 1, it's pretty similar. This is going to be your level 2, it's pretty similar. And then this is going to be your level 3. So it's very similar, but also slightly different. It's cool. But the reason why I think I'm going to end up using this other mode more is just because it's something different. It almost doesn't feel very hammer, but it does at the same time because it's so quick. But what I've always liked about hammer is it just kind of flows pretty well. You're always charging around, you see an opening, you let loose. But this is going to be kind of a combo type deal. So I'm going to show you by doing the combo. This is the first level. You have 2 levels of charge you can do. Then you hold right trigger again and you go into your second type of move. Then you hold right trigger again, you go into your final type of move. So it's not insanely strong. It's definitely weaker. But as you can see, it's kind of one of these things where you can kind of weave in and out of combat a lot more than you could before. So I really like it for that. It's whenever I've been using it against fast monsters, like I use it against Baroth, I use it against Pookie Pookie, all of those types of monsters. I definitely do think that this would be better, but I do think that your DPS is going to be slightly lower. I don't know that for sure. I haven't done much testing on it, but as far as just having fun and going around and hitting stuff, this definitely flows better to me. So I'm going to stay with this. What I'm using right now is I do have all three switched out. Again, this one and the first one. First one is just because I don't know what I would use the side swing for anyway, so I might as well put it on and every once in a while maybe get a random guard point hit. And this final one is, I just kind of like how it flows better against fast monsters. But the middle one, the dash, this one, dash breaker is definitely better in my opinion. So that's going to be it. Like usual, I'll show you guys one more time just real quick. Here's all the skills. Here's all the equipment. And that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope everybody has a great day. As I was saying in the intro to this video, make sure you guys comment below. I'm not joking. Whatever it is, don't put something like the poop slinger or something like that. But if it is any type of legitimate build that I can make in this game, I will make that build and have it up in 2 days. So 24 hours from when this video releases, I will look at the comments, see which one has the most, and then 24 hours after that, the build will be up. So that's going to be it for today's video, everybody. Thank you and have a great day.